Thank you, Madam Chair. Magandang tanghali po sa ating kalihim at sa pamilya po ng Trade and Industry. Mr. Chairman, ano lang po, admin lang. Tatanungin ko lang po yung ating DTI family kung okay pa po sila. Lunch time na po kasi, okay pa po ba yun? Sufficient pa po ba yung merienda na ano po natin kanina? But seriously, sige, since nakasmile pa naman si Secretary, I'll just proceed, Madam Chair. Mr. Secretary, tanungin ko lang po kung sino po sa department ang meron pong institutional memory with regard to the Consumer Act of the Philippines or RA 7394. Kasi po ang aking succeeding questions have something to do with the National Consumer Affairs Council under Title V of that law.
Madam Chair, actually the three USECs in the last 12 years that have been in charge of the consumer welfare group, they're all here, the three of them. So I think we'll just ask Undersecretary Dimaguiba to answer the specific questions of the NCAC.
Secretary, hindi naman ibig sabihin na si Yusek Dimaguiba pinakamatanda. Kasi tatlo sabi niya tinuro niyo si Yusek Dimaguiba. Hindi ko po alam kung siya po yung pinaka... Sige po, please proceed, Undersecretary. With your permission,
You recognize Yusek Dimaguiba.
What's the question ng NCAC?
Undersecretary, yung ating pong NCAC po kasi inaatasan po ng batas na mag-promote po ng consumer affairs. Ano na po ang status ng council na ito? Admittedly po, up until few months ago, I was not aware that there was a government body called the NCAC. I was just in Cebu. I was invited to speak in a consumer welfare program sa ABS-CBN radio in Cebu called EYAB. Kasi may mga consumer welfare advocates po tayo na nag-imbita sa atin. So binanggit po nila itong batas na to and the specific provision creating the National Consumer Affairs Council. Kumusta na po itong council po na ito? At ano po ang mga ginagawa niya so far?
Yeah, thank you. The NCAC is created by the Consumer Act in 1992. It's composed of representatives of the government, from private sector and consumer groups. So at the moment, ang government doon is DTI, agriculture, education, and DOH. On consumer group, there are 4 consumer groups in NCAC, and the private sector is from the Philippine Retail Association and the Philippine Baking Industry. The NCAC functions as an oversight body, more on seeing to it that the different implementing agencies of the Act are performing their mandate under the Consumer Act. It can also initiate policies, propose legislation, also recommend implementing rules and regulations to the various implementing agencies of government engaged in consumer acts.
Yusek, sorry po, I'll cut you there. Sabi po kasi sa batas, the DTI is supposed to provide secretariat function to the council, and it's supposed to have as well to assist the chairman and the council an executive director. Meron po ba tayong functioning executive director as of yet?
As of now, that position has been abolished by the DTI approved rationalization program effective October 2013.
Naintindihan ko po yung objective ng RAP plan, but it was created by law kasi both the council as well as the position of the executive director. Ano po ang naging basis natin to abolish the position? Kasi I think, in effect, baka what will follow is that the NCAC will just die a natural death. What can you say about this, sir?
So, the NCAC will not die a natural death unless the law is amended to abolish it. So, NCAC will stay there. The secretariat function was absorbed by a bureau under my functional group, the Consumer Protection Group, that was tasked to do the work of the erstwhile abolished position ng Executive Director. Kaya nga po, rationalization, yung po mga excess position, idle position, na-idle po kasi yun eh. Yung incumbent noon, nag-retire 5 or 6 years ago, hindi po siya napirapan. So, by rules in government, when a position remains vacant for so many years, talaga pong nawawala yun eh, naturalization. Anyway, hindi naman po pinabayaan yung secretariat function. In fact, from one person, binigay ko yung secretariat function to a bureau. No? And that is how it's being handled at the moment.
Thank you, you said. Tinitingnan ko po yung net ng DTI. Sinusubukan ko hanapin dito yung budget allocation for NCAC kasi as provided by law, it's supposed to be appropriated annually. At wala po akong makita unless po nakatuck in siya under bakit po ganon? Can you please enlighten me why it did not merit a line item dito po sa budget ng DTI and it's absorbed under one of the bureaus of DTI? Ang problema ko po kasi dito, may mga aktibidades po at programa ang NCAC na dapat po nilang pondohan. How can they access funds for this? Especially so that the law initially provided a very small amount. So wala po ba tayong escalation ng funding for them? O baka yung funding nila over the years has flatlined, hindi man lang nag-grow? Kasi po, ang dami ko pong naririnig from my colleagues na mga matters concerning consumer welfare. Marami po tayong reklamo, marami po tayong kailangang programa na i-undertake, especially information campaigns. I understand po yung DTI, meron naman po kayong ginagawa, but I'd like to see a clear delineation between what NCAC is supposed to be doing as opposed to what DTI is also doing. Kasi I would understand po that there is an inherent conflict of interest that must be avoided. Kaya po siguro tingin ko, the law was passed and that provision was placed there para po whatever the DTI is doing or fails to do, kahit pa paano, a body like the NCAC can call its attention for and in behalf of our consumers. What can you say about that?
Every year, the NCAC is allotted 2 million pesos budget. Now, yung pong background, why is it tucked into the consumer welfare budget? Maybe I'll ask, while I'm the eldest here, I'm not the eldest in DTI. Maybe I may ask the budget director to explain. I also asked that question when I joined DTI. Why the budget of NCAC is in the consumer welfare group? Maybe, I don't know, we share. Maybe the budget officer can explain.
Madam Chair, si Director po yung expertise.
Maraming salamat, Chair. Simula sa pool po, nung maging batas po yung Consumer Act na nakapaloob po yung NCAC, NCAC. Ang budget po ng NCAC nandun na po talaga nakapaloob po dun sa budget ng BTRCP, yung Bureau of Trade Regulation and Consumer Protection din. Sa ngayon po, because of the approved rationalization plan ng Department of Trade and Industry, ito pong pondo ng National Consumer Affairs Council ay nakapaloob po dun sa SIPA o yung Consumer Protection and Advocacy Bureau. So, ito po ay consistent sa mga pagbibigay po ng budget natin sa mga council na nakalakad po sa kagawaran ng trade and industry. Ano? Hindi lang po kasi yung NCAC, yung Council ng Consumer Affairs, ang nasa department. Meron din po yung national, yung sa pricing po, sa export, mga council din po yan na nasa loob ng DTI. Pero wala po silang separate line. Nandun lang po sila sa kung saan pong activity yun. So, ito pong National Consumer Affairs Council, particularly po yan, nandun po yan sa, anong budget na? Nasa page,
Yung budget niyo po, simula page 703 hanggang page 745. So you have 42 pages
Nakapagod
of
po yung budget ng NCAC dun po sa page 711, item 30103,000, Formulation and Development of Policies and Programs on Consumer Education and Protection. So nasa middle part po ng page.
which is tucked in dun po sa NCR. Budget po ng
Yeah.
DTI NCR. Tama po ba?
Actually, hindi po. Ito po nakalagay po ng NCR, ibig sabihin po nasaan po yung opisina. So, it's all actually for the nationwide. But the office is actually in the NCR.
Sige po. That may be so. Mr. Chairman, dear Secretary, hindi po ako abogado ho, ano? Pero ang contention ko po dito, unang-una, bakit po mawawala yung isang position which was provided for by law? Naintindihan ko po yung sabi ni Yusek Dimagiba na hindi siya fill up. Pero nandyan mo kasi yung batas. And the law stated that there should be an executive director, that there should be secretariat services. Nawalang galang na po, Secretary. This might not have happened during your watch. Pero para kung pinangunahan na ho natin yung batas and nagkusa na ho yung DTI na gumawa ng mga bagay which they should have not done kasi malinaw naman ho yung batas. Ang akin lang po kasi, I was trying to understand the purpose of that provision in the law. Talagang gusto niyang i-separate very distinct ho yung role ng NCAC tsaka ng DTI. So, I have very serious concerns, Mr. Chairman, Madam Chair, na nakatuck-in po yung budget niya sa isang bureau. Bakit po? Ma-undermine po talaga yung independence at ang the independence of the NCAC, which was the intention of the law that it be independent. In fact, kayo po nagsabi, may oversight function po siya over the activities of the DTI. So I have very serious concerns po. I do not want to leave this hanging, Madam Chair, kasi I'll bring this up again in the plenary kasi gusto ko pong malunasan mo natin to dito pa lang sa level na to kasi maliit lang naman po ang budget na involved dito. In fact, I would want to support an increase in the budget of the NCAC, but I don't think our rules would allow that unless makahanap tayo ng pagkukuhanan ng ibang pero ayoko nang bigyan ng problema ang DTI, lalo na si Secretary Domingo. So, kindly help me po along this line kasi I will take this up po. Na-realize ko po kasi ito dahil may namit po akong mga tao doon na isang organisasyon sa Cebu. Nandito po ba yung Regional Director ng Region 7? Ipapaalam ko po lang, naparating po natin sa kanya. Meron po isang organization sa Cebu ng pangalan Consumer Rights for Economic Welfare Incorporated. Isa po sila sa mga nakausap ko dun sa radio program na sinasabi ko kanina. Alam niyo po, gumagastos sila ng sarili na ng pera para mag-block time sa radyo. Pangalawa, nag-uusa po sila mag-inspection dun sa mga merkado po natin para mag-check ng mga weighing scale. Nag-check din po sila sa mga gasolina kung tama po yung pumping accuracy. Now, such consumer welfare groups should have been assisted by the NCAC. And such other groups all throughout the country should have been assisted by the NCAC. Bakit ko po sinasabi to? Hindi po kaya ng DTI na magpulis ng lahat ng mga nagbibenta at ng mga business entities sa buong bansa. And we need force multipliers like these people. So, naiintindihan ko po yung role ng DTI na dapat po maging patas kayo. But in the case of NCAC, pwede ko kasi sila maging numero unong advocate ng mga consumers natin. But they cannot do that kung pilayo sila sa budget, at lalong-lalo na kung ang budget nila ay nakatap in sa isang bureau ng department. So, I would just like to stress home that point, Madam Chair. May isa pa po ako, pero I will respect the time limit. Lalapit na lang po ako kay Secretary. This has something to do naman with the MSME Development Council Fund. May mga tanong lang po ako doon, but I will do so in private na lang. Yun lang po, Madam Chair. Secretary, may we hear from you po.
So, actually, Honorable Congressman made a lot of very good points. What we'll do siguro we may meet with you na lang separately on this particular matter. Then, we have to look at the mga komplikasyon kasi so para masugi lang lahat ng komplikasyon. But you make a very good point. Yung mga komplikasyon kasi including yung nire-recommend na nga ng na i-abolish yung position ng DBM. But anyway, those are very solid arguments. We recognize that dapat nga implemented yung NCAC ideally from DBI, diba? Para meron parang check and balance. And so we'll have to look at this very particular issues and see what we can do to satisfy them.
Thank you po, Secretary. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Asadillo. Next, we have the Honorable